Hello, Saints. We're going to talk during the next few devotionals about some gospel issues. And one of those I want to start out with is found here in 1 Peter 2, verse 24. He says that he himself, Christ, bore our sins in his body on the cross, so that we might die to sin and live to righteousness. For by his wounds you were healed. This last part taken out of Isaiah chapter 53. But what we see here has to do with what Christ actually did on the cross. He bore our sins in his body on the cross. That's important. He didn't die for some ephemeral thing, a privilege to do something in the future. Something actually happened when he was upon the cross. He bore our sins. And we see this going into the book of Revelation. That was out of the New American Standard. This is out of the Christian Standard Bible, the former Holman Christian Standard Bible. It's been updated here a few years ago. Really good translation. Started from scratch. It's not a revision of something other than its original self, the Holman Christian Standard. And in chapter 1, we see what John the Revelator tells us about what Christ did for us. He says that to the firstborn from the dead, to him who loves us and has set us free from our sins by his blood. Now, Christ has set us free by his blood. That's something that's important to consider, because many, even within our own denomination, are talking less about the blood of Christ, as if it wasn't the shed blood that saves us. In chapter 5 of Revelation, we get the story of the Lamb there in the picture of the seven-sealed scroll. And John doesn't see anybody coming forward to open the scroll, but when he does, it looks like a lamb. He says he's heard that someone can do this from the lion from the tribe of Judah. And when he looks, he sees a lamb, as if it's been slain. And the lamb takes the scroll so he can take his rightful place. In verse 8, chapter 5, and when he took the scroll, the 4 living creatures and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, each one with a harp and golden bowls filled with incense, which are the prayers of the saints. And they sang a new song. You are worthy to take the scroll and to open its seals, because you were slaughtered and you purchased people for God by your blood from every tribe, language, people, and nation. You made them a kingdom and priests to our God. They will reign on the earth. By his blood, he purchased you and me. We are the treasures of heaven. And not because we're worthy. We know we're not. But we're worthy in God's eyes. And he died for us and paid such a price for us. We talk about him coming again. And he hasn't been here. It's been 2,000 years. He hasn't returned. But remember this. It's such a great price he purchased you and I. Do you think he'll actually forget to come back to get us? That is a promise we can be dependent upon. That he will return. He purchased us with his blood. He emptied the treasuries of heaven so you and I can live. Christ is coming soon. Believe that. And while we're here, share that message with others so that the kingdom can be enlarged. Blessings.